What if the coziest home you ever imagined was actually the healthiest one too? And what if the small, comforting things you already love, soft lighting, warm textures, quiet spaces, were actually supporting your nervous system and lowering toxins in your home? That is the magic overlap of hygge and building biology. A few years ago, I was walking into a home that I was going to be assessing for a client. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive. But the moment I stepped inside, everything in my body just softened. The air felt clean, the lighting felt warm, and the space felt calm. It was cozy in a way that literally changed how I was taking my own breaths. And I remember thinking, this is it. This is what a healthy home is supposed to feel like. Not sterile, not even perfect, and not full of expensive upgrades. Just deeply supportive of the body and comforting to the mind. And that's exactly what hygge does effortlessly. Welcome back. I'm Amanda. I'm a building biology practitioner and a certified home inspector. I'm a healthy home expert and the owner and creator of Healthy House on the Block, where I empower you with information and strategies, research, and advice on creating a home that actually supports your health and wellness instead of slowly burdening it down. Today, I'm excited to walk through the principles of hygge and how they align with a healthier home. We're gonna dig into the science, the psychology, and the building biology part of it. Things like soft lighting and melatonin, natural textiles and VOC exposure, clutter, cortisol, and even your nervous system. We're talking about fresh air, humidity, and just how your home breathes. Because healthier doesn't always come from a renovation. It comes from simple habits and intentional choices. And hygge gives us a blueprint for exactly that. Cozy, connected, and grounded. So whether you're trying to reduce toxins, create a calmer space for your family, or you just want to feel better, you are in the right place. So hygge is a Danish term that essentially translates to togetherness or comfort and well-being. It's that feeling you get when you're both content and cozy in a space. And when you walk into a room and your shoulders drop, that is something that I always think coincides with this word. So when you settle into a chair with a book and you realize you've been sitting there for an hour without checking your phone, these are all the idea between hygge. So there are many elements of hygge that deeply tactile and sensory elements come into play. So scent, visual softness, gentle music, textiles that invite you to touch them. Now, these aren't just aesthetic choices. They're actually tools that help us focus on the present moment. They actually ground us in our senses, which is one of the most effective ways to calm an overactive nervous system. So I truly think this is why hygge gets so much praise. It helps us be present in the moment, in the space we're in, and it reminds us to enjoy our surroundings without worrying about the future or the past. And when we use our senses intentionally, we create an environment that our bodies interpret as safe. So from a healthy home perspective, hygge aligns beautifully with what we know about reducing toxins and supporting wellness. Many of the elements that create a hygge space are natural materials: wood, wool, ceramics, glass, linen, cotton, and these are exactly the materials I recommend when people are trying to reduce chemicals inside their home. So bright overhead lights are like the antithesis of hygge, and there's a biological reason why they feel so jarring. Most people think of lighting as a design choice, but our bodies treat light as information. Light influences cortisol, melatonin, digestion, mood, metabolism, even our inflammation levels. And modern homes are saturated with bright, cool, blue-rich, artificial lighting that disrupts these delicate biological systems. Research consistently shows that blue light, especially in the 400 to 500 nanometer range, is highly stimulating to the brain. It signals your body to stay alert. It tells it to suppress melatonin production. It delays sleep onset, and it interferes with REM cycles. So even low levels of nighttime light, as dim as 5 to 10, have been shown to shift circadian timing and interfere with hormonal regulation. And this is where hygge lighting becomes not just cozy, but genuinely therapeutic. So during the day, hygge homes rely on natural light from open windows. Natural daylight helps regulate your circadian rhythm. It supports your mood and provides kind of a full spectrum light that your body needs. And this was actually a major selling point when we chose our current home. I am a lover of natural light and I just cannot get enough of it during the daytime. And when it gets dark outside, which in Minnesota happens alarmingly early in winter, hygge lighting shifts to warm, soft, low intensity sources. So this approach mimics the light of fire, something humans evolved with for thousands of years. And when your home is lit this way, your body receives cues that it's safe, it's supported, and it's ready to unwind. It's these warm tones that allow your melatonin levels to rise normally. It helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle, and it creates an environment where your nervous system can shift toward rest instead of staying in a subtle state of alertness. And this is why hygge lighting works not just emotionally, but physiologically. So from a building biology perspective, this is exactly the kind of environment that supports long-term wellness. And when you remove harsh overhead lighting and shift toward layered, warm-toned illumination, you not only reduce flicker, glare, and biological stress, but the result is a home that feels more grounded and more aligned with your body's need for rhythm and recovery. So a few things you can do is use lamps with fabric or natural material shades to diffuse light gently. You can place these lamps at mid or low height, and this eliminates the harsh effect of overhead fixtures. You want to replace cool white bulbs with bulbs that are in the 1800 to 2200 K range. So look for labels like extra warm or amber or vintage or even Edison style. These emit less blue light and provide that hygge natural glow. So you can also create a hygge corner in your home, a small space with the softest lighting, comfortable seating, and natural textiles and textures that become a refuge where you can begin and end your day in a restorative environment. Even kids respond so positively to these gentle low light spaces and often become calmer during the evening hours. The other thing we want to do is stay away from LED lights that emit blue wavelengths. This would be light from electronics, bright overhead lighting. These contribute to dirty electricity and electromagnetic fields in your space. Incandescent bulbs, while less energy efficient, are actually a healthier option and naturally give off that warm glow. So if you still need small lights for nighttime, you could choose red or amber bulbs. These have minimal impact on circadian rhythm and won't interfere with melatonin production. Are you a little unsure about where you even should be starting with the healthy house? Like, what are the first steps? After 10 plus years of hands-on experience, I know what those first steps are, and I know the steps to take that won't have you spending lots of money in the beginning, but will get you excited for all of the changes and all the potential that your house has. The truth is, creating a healthy house doesn't have to be really expensive. It doesn't have to be really complicated. You just have to know the exact steps to take. Anybody can check things off a list, and that's exactly what I'm here to help you do. My free ebook is an amazing resource to help you get started on getting toxins out of your house and creating healthier habits, and also planning for the future for some of those bigger changes. So a key benefit of hygge lighting that often goes unspoken is the way it influences your nervous system. Harsh, bright, blue-rich lighting, it stimulates the sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for your alertness and your stress response. So while we need that stimulation during the daytime, continuing it into the evening keeps your body in a state of honestly low-grade tension. Instead, warm, soft lighting encourages the parasympathetic nervous system to take over. This is the system responsible for rest, for digestion, healing, and even restoration. So when your home is softly lit, your breathing naturally slows, your heart rate decreases, and your brain shifts into a calmer, more grounded state. And this is why hygge lighting feels emotionally soothing and comforting. So for families dealing with stress, overwhelm, or even sensory challenges, lighting is one of the most accessible ways to reshape the feel of your home environment. A dim lamp or candle-like bulb can have a profound impact on how safe and settled a space can feel. Hygge lighting also creates opportunities for restorative rituals. So, reading in a gently lit corner, using warm light during evening routines. These habits help retrain your body to associate evening hours with calm and decompression. And then over time, this actually supports a stronger circadian rhythm and better sleep patterns. So, keeping walls painted in neutral, warm tones, it isn't just a hygge aesthetic choice, it's also a healthier one. Neutral colors often contain fewer pigments and, in turn, fewer dyes, which means that they're actually less toxic than painting your room a bright, bold color. Zero VOC paint in a neutral, warm tone is the best option for a healthy space. A warm palette also incorporates natural wood elements throughout your home, and choosing wood tones over materials like plastic or medium density fiberboard will also help keep VOC toxins like formaldehyde out of your space. Natural wood is not only more beautiful, but it's a powerful way to ensure plastics and vinyls stay out of your home completely. Plastic toxins are a major contributor to endocrine disruption and can negatively affect the indoor environment in ways that accumulate over time. While hygge isn't exactly minimalism, it does embrace the idea that you should focus on a few key items that bring you joy and comfort. And I love this concept because the more I've learned about healthy homes, the more I've realized that the more stuff you have, the more toxins you generally have as well. Very few things we bring into our homes are completely toxin free. And by keeping it to only the things we truly love and use, you can actually eliminate unnecessary chemical exposures. And there's another reason I love having fewer items in our spaces. There are fewer places for dust to collect. And we know that dust is one of the most significant carriers of household toxins. It traps flame retardants, pesticides, phthalates, and heavy metals, and then it redistributes them into the air you breathe. So when you embrace this hygge principle of keeping only what's meaningful, you're not just creating visual calm, you are actively reducing your family's toxin exposure. Because hygge has so much to do with how your home feels, letting fresh air in on a regular basis is absolutely essential. Not only does it make your home feel fresh and alive, but it is also one of the most effective ways to reduce toxins through natural ventilation. Toxins need a chance to escape your space regularly. Now, in the same breath, your home needs fresh air to dilute what's left inside. So, bringing fresh air in throughout the day, even just for a few minutes, makes a measurable difference in your indoor air quality. Open windows when the weather allows, create cross breezes, and really let your home breathe. Natural textiles that meet third party standards like GOTS, Ecotex, or certified organic are ideal for a hygge home. Other fabrics and materials can bring in pesticides, they can bring in flame retardants, even PFOAs. 100% natural cotton, natural wool, or a blend of linen is a great option for upholstery, pillows, throws, rugs, even window treatments. Many textiles have warm, inviting tones if they're natural, and it truly defines hygge. They complement natural wood elements beautifully, and they create a cohesive, calming aesthetic that doesn't add toxins to your space. Essential oils are a wonderful way to add scent without synthetic fragrance to your home. I personally love plant therapy organic essential oils, and I diffuse them on most days to create a calm, peaceful atmosphere. Essential oils support the sensory experience that makes hygge so grounding. Salt lamps offer a huge benefit to your indoor air. I've actually written an entire post all about salt lamps and how they can benefit the indoor air quality inside your home, as well as really regulate your nervous system and promote a healthy circadian rhythm. They are great for indoor air quality, plus, they produce that light that is soft red and not blue tinted. It's absolutely perfect for a cozy space that aligns with hygge and building biology. Another idea is to really keep only the things that truly have meaning in your space. It might even be worth using Marie Kondo's method to evaluate what stays. If something isn't bringing you joy or serving a clear purpose, it's time to let it go. Keep things that make you feel good inside and create that natural, cozy feel that hygge is meant to evoke. I also have a declutter checklist on my blog and website that will help you declutter each space and make it that much healthier. Hygge is all about being cozy, but it's also about bringing elements of nature inside. So adding houseplants to your space is a wonderful way to bring in natural elements that make your home feel really happy and really alive. The great thing about houseplants is they can also improve your indoor air quality, even if just modestly. Plants can be a great way to also bring in fresh herbs to your home as well. I have an entire post on my blog all about which plants will benefit particular rooms in your home, if they can help reduce moisture, if they can help reduce dust. There's specific plants for specific rooms, so you have to have a strategy when you're adding houseplants. Another thing I really love is creating a space that people can just be in. And a lot of times I like to incorporate games, puzzles, and books. So as a mom of bookworms, puzzle lovers, it's been an amazing addition to our home to have a spot where people can read, do puzzles, play games. It's a spot where they can get lost in what they're doing. We like to keep cozy lighting and maybe a blanket nearby so they can utilize this space. It's a good way to help regulate the nervous system, especially in those evening hours. So healthy home design always comes down to supporting your biology. And then it's about reducing environmental stressors and creating spaces that really nurture instead of overwhelm. And that is why this idea of hygge was so intriguing. It fits naturally into the philosophy, and it really allows you to reduce blue light exposure at night, protect your circadian rhythm, minimize toxic materials, and also create an environment that supports mental and emotional well-being. So when you combine this idea with the other healthy home habits that I teach, like reducing chemical exposures, improving indoor air quality, or managing moisture, this idea of hygge becomes a powerful part of a truly holistic approach to home wellness. And the way your home feels actually matters just as much as how it functions. This gives you the framework for creating both. And I love that really you do not have to overhaul your entire home overnight. Instead, you can start with one room. You can change your lighting. You could add a wool throw, open your windows more often. You could remove things that don't bring you joy. And it's these small intentional shifts that really create a home that supports your family's health while also being a place where you genuinely want to be. As always, thank you so much for being here. I really hope that you can take at least one strategy or one idea from this week's video and apply it in your own home to make it a healthier space. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I am here every single week with new tips and new ideas on how to create a space that truly supports your health and your wellness.